What is going on, guys? I'm Kenny and welcome to GamesByNull. This is the third episode in the channel and second episode in the Post-Mortem series. So we're going to get straight into it with the video log. Like always, we hit up that welcome to GamesByNull right in the beginning. And next I'm going to show you guys our Post-Mortem log for my new game, Simon. Let me just drag it over here. And before I do, I just want to apologize if my voice seems a little hoarse or just off a little bit. I'm getting over a cold, so hopefully I'll be better in the next episode. But without further ado, our Simon Post-Mortem log. So at first glance you can see that it's much smaller than the last one because, well, I was coming from absolutely no game development knowledge in our mini tennis. That was it, in our mini tennis game. So now I'm just adding on with a few new features, and I'd also like to mention that this was kind of a side project almost. My main focus right now is on, as I said last time, it's a GUI tile-based, card-based game, and that should be coming out soon. Just finishing touches on that game, so hopefully I'll get that out to you guys soon. But we'll focus on Simon for this video. So if you guys haven't seen Simon before, I got a quick image up for you guys. Basically what happens is it'll randomly select a pattern of colors, and then it'll ask you to repeat the pattern of colors. If you get it wrong, obviously you lose, and each time you repeat it, the pattern increases by 1. So it gradually gets more difficult. So that's just like, you know, a little visual aid for you guys. New features learned. First, the tile mechanism. That might sound a little confusing. It's basically, I just made my own mechanism I can use to call each. You'll see what I mean by tile, but all 4 of the tiles I can call individually, and I can set to the specific whatever properties I need it to be. So it was very useful, and it was good practice. Mouse listener. If you guys remember from my last Post-Mortem, I used key listeners, you know, the arrow keys to move back and forth. If you guys have got a chance to play it, I recommend it. This time I used the mouse listener, so now instead of, you know, being able to click on the keyboard, you can use your mouse to actually click on the specific tile. And then restart capabilities. This is just a little thing, but I've always wondered how to do this. I finally figured it out. Restarting the game, so you don't have to just completely X out of the application and then start it back up. You can actually just click a button and you restart the game, so I thought that was pretty cool. So that's it for the log, actually. What do we got next? Show on website. Alright. Well, unlike last episode, I do actually already have, you can see I have a first game, and then just like today's date, I have Simon up, so you can go ahead and read that. If you guys check out www.gamesbynull.weebly.com, and as you can see, mini tennis is up, and I just got Simon up too, so you can download the zip file and then extract it as a jar. I'm not going to do that though because I have it in Eclipse over here. I believe that's next, right? Yeah, we're going to show it now. Before I show the game, I'll just give you guys, or should I run through after? Yeah, you know what, I'll show you first, just so you guys know what we're dealing with, and then I'll give you a brief run through of the code. So he starts off on the wrong side. Alright, so what happened was the yellow was just clicked right away. So I would click the yellow. As you can see, the score increases. This is a bad game, but okay. So there's one little minor thing that I have to go through. It's that you can't even notice right now that the color was switching, that was repeating yellow. I just wanted to get this game over with. So like right now, what happened just was, and you can see it over here too, was that yellow was selected twice and then red. So we'd actually have to click yellow, yellow, and then red, and then it registers it as yes. Obviously you wouldn't see this in the game. So now you got 2, 2, so 1, 1, 1, 1. So it'd be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, yellow, yellow, red, yellow, green. And you can keep going on this forever. I'm not going to keep going, but a few things about this I just want to mention. I got a little score over here, so it keeps track. Basically, every time you complete a pattern, the score increases by 1. These aren't just normal colors actually for these boxes. It's so you can fill a regular rectangle, or I actually filled it with a 3D rectangle. I thought it gave it more of the impression of a button. And I guess I'll show you guys the game over screen, because that's the other thing I added. So say we get the color wrong, game over, it gives you the score. You have the option to quit right here, or you can restart the game and it resets the score and you can play again. That's pretty much it for the game. Now if you guys aren't interested in the code, you can skip through this right now, but just to give you a brief overview, as you can see, this is where our game loop is located. I showed you guys what our loop was last time, but it's pretty much the same thing. I know this is disgusting in terms of a game loop, but just for these simple games right now, I don't really need to advance. This works fine for me right now. Once I start making more complicated games, the loops will also start getting more complicated, more complex. We have a window which basically controls the screen, what pops up on the screen in our paint method. And then over here you can see this is where our mouse listener was. Or maybe not, because that's not even being used. Huh. I'm gonna have to look at that later. I don't know. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, I got it. So I didn't use any of these. I didn't need to use the mouse release, mouse pressed, mouse exit, or entered, which mouse exit and mouse entered is basically, right now my mouse is on Eclipse. It's entered in Eclipse and then just exited. And the second it goes in, it enters and exits. What I did use was mouse click. So every time you press and release quickly, that counts as a click. So that's what I use for clicking the buttons. Mechanisms. This is just all the logic involved in the game, and I used array list so I can easily add or remove the pattern each turn. And then the tile mechanism I was talking about, it controls the brightness, so when you click on it, the brightness increases, what tile it is, so I can use each tile, how large it is, and then the specific colors for whether it's bright or not, and I can control all that there. So that's pretty much it for the code. And just one more note. I know obviously you were watching it and you could see how the game's not the most interesting, but I promise as my game development skills get better, the games will get more interesting. So just hang in there with that. Back to the log. Showed game. Future projects, obviously I said my main project. I may put up one more side project. I'm thinking maybe I'll do a snake. So you guys will see that before our car game, and then the car game definitely. Stream a live video. Now I don't actually mean. Once I start getting more viewers, I would love to stream. But for right now, if you guys are interested in me just coding live, not live, but making videos of me actually coding the game while I'm coding it, let me know. I may do it anyways. See what it's like. But it depends, because once the games start getting more complicated, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it on screen. But that's it. That's it for this episode. I know we're running a little long right now. 9 minutes. That's not terrible. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Or you can check out www.gamesbynull.weebly.com and go ahead and download one of the 2 games up there so far, and please critique. I would love to hear your knowledge, or just you tell me it sucks. That would make my day if you told me my game sucks. Also, one more note, the source code. I'm gonna hold off on putting the source code up right now, unless someone tells me that they want it, just because it's a lot of effort and I just want to keep focusing on. I don't want to overwhelm myself yet. So once I start getting more of a handle on this channel, then I'll start putting up the source code. But for right now, unless someone tells me they want it up, I am just going to be focusing on making the games and then showing you guys the games and letting you guys download the games. Yep, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.